Hustle, hustle. We got Team Whitaker. We got a new leader here. Gather round. Hustle, hustle, Team Whitaker. Okay, we got a new coach. We got a new coach for the Team Whitaker here, and we're going to go over his credentials here as the coach. His name is Justin Morris, and I call him Coach Just in Time. Now, we're going to go over his story because it seems to have more holes in his story than an Amish block of Swiss cheese. So we're going to go over that, and we're going to check him out. All right, now this Justin guy is brought to you by Toddy One Skip. She's taking one for the team and bringing this guy out for us to meet. And yeah, anyway, we're going to go over his story. I don't know how long this is going to be because there's a lot to cover. So let's get started. Bam. Okay, we're not going to listen to this entire hour and 15-minute video, but it's going to take long enough to go over a lot of the parts. We're going to go over the part to start out with where he is rolling himself out.
Took me a second to download because you sent me that other text message, and I just got that. I got that.
I sent you October the 7th today.
Okay, so he's sent her text from October 7th to today, or to the date. Because, and when he says to date, he means to date because, as you can see, it's dark out where he is, and it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and he just sent his last text to Patrick, and Patrick has been ghosting him and not feeling the love. So, anyway, we're going to start out and listen to his story.
I'm speaking to Justin Morris, who's kind of been behind the scenes here, but has a lot of information about things that are going on. And I would like him to explain a little bit. And then, of course, I know that there's going to be a lot of questions because it's a complex story as it is. So, Justin, first of all, start off with how you got involved with the family. You have no affiliation with this family at all. How did you get involved with them, please?
None whatsoever. I've been watching the Whitaker family since 2004.
Okay, hold on. Right out the bat, I'm surprised she doesn't spit that milk out because 2004, come on, Justin. Mark did know the family for 20 years, but he's only had Whitaker videos on for about 5 years now, okay? Yeah. So anyway, and you think, well, maybe he got the year wrong. No, because later on, he says he, again, confirms that he's been watching the Whitakers for 20 years. That just can't be, okay? Because they've only been on YouTube for about 5 or 6 years, okay? So I don't know where you're coming up with that, Justin, but not a good way to start since you've only been talking like 30 seconds and you already got a huge problem. Okay, go ahead. What about you've been watching him since 2004? I'm not even sure if I was on YouTube on 2004. Was it even invented yet? Anyway, go ahead.
I've been watching the Whitaker family since 2004.
Nope.
Since Mark had them going. And then
not
Patrick
possible.
Come along with Timmy. I thought that was great. I thought it was wonderful. But the minute Eric appeared, I knew there were problems.
Okay, now does he tell us why?
I really did know there were problems. I tried to reach out all month July and August to try to get a hold of Patrick and let him know he's in a bad position.
Okay, Justin, tell us why. Why did you know Eric was bad? And I would love to see if Patrick has any of these texts because you just said, Toddy just said that you sent her texts from October till now, which is about the last 6 weeks. All right. Maybe 7 weeks. But where are all these texts that you sent her from, what'd you say, June, July, and August? okay, that is telling Patrick he's in a bad position, a bad position. I don't buy it.
I couldn't get a hold of it. So when everything blew up in September, I finally was able to get a hold of Patrick the end of September. And I made up my mind then. When I did, our very first conversation was, Patrick, don't worry about anything. If they lock you up, I'll make sure you get out of jail. I'll make sure you have an attorney.
Okay, now that's interesting because the first time he got a hold of Patrick, he finally, after months of getting hold of Patrick because Eric was a bad news, the first conversation you said was, don't worry, Patrick, I'll get you out of jail. I'll make sure you have an attorney. Really? Because in September, he's referring to all the news articles that came out that said that Patrick and Eric are being investigated for financial fraud against the Whitakers. So how much can you really care about the Whitakers if you're offering Patrick bail money and attorney money if this happens? And just what an odd thing to reach out and tell somebody. But anyway, go ahead. So I'm just going to tell you, Justin is going to roll out love bombs. He's going to offer Patrick all these things. Now Patrick's making all this money. Why wouldn't he have his own bail money and his own attorney? Because I know people think this Justin guy here has money, but yeah, I checked it out and nada pinata. Okay, yeah, I don't think so. Anyway. So he's offering him money in case he gets arrested for fraud.
I had in Patrick Ward at the time.
That's how much faith he had.
I've had several conversations with him. Since that point in time, I've had several text messages with him. And in the last 3 weeks, it's been awful bad. Things took a U-turn for the worse. And Patrick Ward, I hope you are watching this live because the Whitakers will get their money. I promise you they're going to get it.
Okay, he's got no way to promise Patrick is going to pay the Whitakers because he's got no way of making sure that, okay? It's under investigation. If the police can't do it, Justin's not going to. So he's promising him because he's angry with Patrick. He had a falling out. Now, he's only been contacting him for 6 or 7 weeks, and he said the last few weeks they had a falling out. Okay. That means you really had no relationship with Patrick. But he did offer him the world. He offered him to be a millionaire, and he kept telling him he loves him. Love behind me.
You're no good.
No good.
Show him the text, Donnie.
Okay. I sure will. Hang on 1 second. I just am trying to move so I can put my coconut milk next to my coffee.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I might not have it in order because you sent me the last. I guess the first one's last. So I'm gonna start with well, you'll explain it. I'm gonna put them up. I'll put it up here. So hang on 1 second. So this is the first one. I don't know if you can read it. I'll read it.
Go ahead and read it.
Okay, this is the one that you sent me yesterday about you going there and basically about how much money I guess Patrick's going to do. So this is the message that you sent him apparently yesterday.
Now, as of yesterday, the day before he comes out, and when we say yesterday, this guy's been up all night. Okay, as of an hour ago, he was love bombing Patrick, but Patrick rebuked his love bombs and offers, and now he's like a jilted lover in a way. I mean, the way he reacts is like a scorned lover. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Not accusing you there, Coach Justin Time. Just saying, this is very weird.
It's very simple. Are you into getting Betty a home with me? It's like you're not even wanting to communicate with me, Patrick. I can do this alone, but Betty needs to be paid one way or the other, and I'm praying for you that it's not the other. You have over 250,000 followers because of Betty and the family. I've said nothing but good things about you to the investigator. Please don't make me out like I worked for Georgia Investigations for many years and I have a very good reputation to go forward with.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that too at this Georgia investigation. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I'm working very hard in the background. Even me fighting for this in the background is hard for me. I'm fighting to stay alive. I'm not ready to leave. My work is not done. But my sickness, you have no idea what I've done. I've flown to New York.
Okay, now the word is he's been telling everybody he's sick and he's dying of something. But he seems to be chain smoking like a chimney over there. But anyway. And we'll get more of that later. Oh, yeah. And here's another thing. He's about to say, I have it speeded up, okay? It's like 25% faster. He's going to say that he did all this traveling. You have no idea what I've done. Flown to New York and to Atlanta, meeting a lot of people about all this situation. And believe me, the storm hasn't hit. But you know, it's weird. Why would you have to go to New York and Atlanta? Like, what's up with that? What was that about? What does that do with anything?
To Atlanta, meeting a lot of people about all of the situation. And believe me, the storm hasn't hit there yet. But it's brewing. I'm sorry. It's coming. And when it hits, I pray you're on my side, the good side. Please don't make the mistake of not doing the right thing. You have told me you don't give a shit a few times. Let them lock me up. Hang on, there's more. And I wonder every single day why you would make those kind of statements. I've told you repeatedly every time I talk to you, but I love you, and I don't tell that to everybody that I have never met. So
this is weird. You know how many times he says, I love you? It's just weird. He doesn't even know Patrick. He says, I love you, and I don't tell that to everybody that I've never met. So don't make me out to be a liar. Okay, you can't call Justin a liar if he says he loves you, I guess. That's so the
please don't
rules.
Make me out a liar. Do the right thing, Patrick. It's
coach's rules.
What Eric did. You have over 250,000 followers. Please don't mess this up. I've got so many ideas for you. You will make millions.
Stop. I have so many ideas for you. You will make millions. You will make so many ideas. You will make millions. Okay, well, I will say one thing. Justin knows how to court Patrick. Because what he did is he sat back and he watched what worked for Eric. You know how the new boyfriend watches to see what the old one did to make it work? Well, he found out that if you just say, I love you, and offer to make him millions of dollars, Patrick will sit up and take notice of you. So let me ask everybody. If you think that he's out for the Whitakers, why is he courting Patrick with the I love you and you will make millions? But you can't mess this up. Make millions? Is the coach Justin Time, is he also a like a manager, a celebrity manager? But you will make millions. Okay, that's right there, okay? He's courting Patrick with the offer of making millions. Because Patrick's not getting back to Coach Justin Time. Patrick's kind of playing hard to get.
50,000 followers. Please don't mess this up. I've got so many ideas for you. You will make millions, but you can't mess this up. If you do, you will never come back. I promise. I love you, man. Get in touch with me.
I love you, man. It's weird.
So Patrick's reply was this. I'm going to tell you this. Don't be leaving me threatening messages. I'm not that kind of effing guy. Secondly,
not that kind of. Yeah, he's in a relationship. Okay, he's got a girlfriend. So tone it down there, Justin. He's in a relationship.
This. Don't be leaving me threatening messages. I'm not that kind of effing guy. Secondly, is the holidays, and I don't want to be taking phone calls. I'm not going to. You pulled this shit nice with me. I'll block your ass if you ever send me another message that caliber again. I don't see the threat in that message.
I see he's annoyed with all these, love bombings and offers.
I vouch for his character too, but his character is going to be his character.
Teddy, I'm completely done with it. Completely.
I understand.
Okay, take note of that. At 6 minutes and 59 seconds, Coach Morris says that he's done with it, Toddy, completely done with it. But he's not. It's just something you say, when things ain't going right. But he's, I don't know, a little bit later, he's going to offer Patrick one more chance.
And listen, he needs to pay them. And he does have a future, but only if he pays them. It would be the stupidest thing for him to not pay them, because that's his future. As soon as he doesn't pay them, that's his future. That's what he's going to be known for. So to me, my reputation is priceless.
Okay, I just got to say, right now, nobody can pay anybody, okay? They've been ordered by the police to just stay away from each other. So, yeah, no paying. In fact, they're not even supposed to talk to each other.
I'm just trying to get the three back home and get Betty in the house so they can come home, and I did not threaten anyone. I have been as nice as I can to you. I even told you how many times I love you.
Yeah, Coach. Patrick, that you love him. How many times have you told Patrick you loved him? I mean, love bombing.
I threaten anyone. I have been as nice as I can to you. I even told you how many times I love you.
Yeah.
And then you're going to send me a message like that. We need to talk about this house and furniture, Patrick. If you want to be a part of that with me, that's fine. If you don't, but I'll do it. I won't. I'm not looking for what you call me torch carrier. I'm not looking to be praised for doing this for Betty. I'm doing it out of the goodness of my heart. God knows that. And then he doesn't respond.
Get a clue.
I also understand it's close to Thanksgiving, but I'm flying there in a few days and trying to figure out how much cash to bring with me.
I really got a kick out of this. Because Patrick is not feeling the love, okay? So he doesn't really, Justin's annoying him. And so, okay, I told him I loved him. Told him I could make him a millionaire. Fine. Oh, I know. Because Patrick likes money, so here. I'm going to tell him I'm coming that way, but I need to know how much cash to put in the suitcase, Patrick, because I'm bringing you a bunch of cash and I need to know how much to pack. Hey, honey, yeah, I'm packing your bags for the trip next week. How much cash should I put in the suitcase? Well, I don't know. I'll have to call him, ask Patrick. Yeah. Yeah, because we need to know how much cash to put in these suitcases for you, honey. All right. I need to figure out how much cash to bring. Who does that? Bring your debit card. I mean, but this is what Patrick responds to, right? Patrick likes the C word, all right? So he's trying everything, throwing this money at him. I'm trying to help the Whitakers. I can make you a millionaire. Okay.
I also understand it's close to Thanksgiving, but I'm flying there in a few days and trying to figure out how much cash to bring with me. I don't want to wait till the very last minute to talk to you to see what we can come up with.
Now, he thought all of a sudden the phone ring. Justin. Yeah. Hi, Justin. Yeah, I just got your message about the cash, how much to bring. Yeah, bring lots, okay? Sorry I haven't been gotten back to you, but it's the holidays and yeah, but I just saw this money about asking how much cash to bring. Bring a lot, Justin.
Problem if you don't want me to be a part of it, I won't be mad. Just tell me that we're going to do it, or tell me to do it alone. Not trying to make you mad or upset. Love you, brother. I mean, you're just asking him if he's going to pitch in with the money that's owed to the Whitakers.
Don't play with his heart, Patrick. He just wants to know. I just want to know. I won't be mad. Just tell me. I mean, this just sounds...
To help you pay for something that you shouldn't even be paying for. And then you write back, your third reply is, you're a smart guy, Patrick. I just pray you do right with all this and move forward with over 250,000 followers. I have great ideas for you that print more revenue. Yeah, you're not the only one.
Okay, she kind of glossed over that, but let's read it all the way through. You have 250,000 followers. I have great ideas for you that will print more revenue, more money than you can spend. Again, this is 3 times. Where are we at? We're at 9 minutes. In the first 2 minutes, she couldn't have him. She didn't have. So he's been on here about 6-7 minutes total. And it's 3 times he has flaunted cash to Patrick because he knows how to get to Patrick's heart. Okay, there you go. So, man, you're a smart guy. Okay, flatter. I just pray you do right with all this and move forward with over 250,000 followers. Now, I don't see anything about paying the Whitakers. Yeah. I have great ideas for you. Wow. Justin's got some ideas to make money. Maybe, I don't know, a fundraiser for brand new furniture and Whitaker rental properties and stuff. Yeah. All right. So I'm pointing this out for a reason. Motives, okay? 3 times in 7 minutes, Justin brought up getting rich. All right, 3 times in 7 minutes, the first 7 minutes. All these texts about offering to make him rich, which is interesting because Justin lives in a tiny little home, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and it's not even his, okay? He's not the homeowner. So I can see why Justin would want to make money. And you know what's interesting? The date on this is November 26, 2025 at 5:59 in the morning. You know when that was? About an hour before this interview. This interview happened November 26th, about maybe half an hour after this this last text to Patrick. Because he's losing his grip on Patrick. Wow.
I know that there's a lot of behind the scenes promises for Patrick.
Okay.
There's a lot of behind the scenes promises for Patrick.
There you go.
And there's something here that says that there's an indictment confirmed for January 12th.
Yes.
1,000%. You see that? Not just 100%, okay? Because the maximum you can really have in anything is 100%. But Justin put 10 times the possible amount. It's 1,000% that indictments are coming out January 12th. Now, there's a problem with that too, Justin. Later on in this video, you say that you only hope and pray that indictments happen in January. And you can't guarantee that, Justin, because a few weeks ago, somebody came on my channel and wrote comments and told me when the indictments are. They're in January. They're only a few times a year. And just because it's in January doesn't mean they're going to be indicted in January. If they're not ready in January, the investigators aren't ready in January, they kick it down to the next one, which I don't know if it's April or something. And so there's no guarantee they're going to be indicted in January. But he says 1,000%. He sent this to Toddy. 1,000%. Okay, 1,000% is going to happen in January, right?
I'm praying.
10 minutes later, he says he's praying that this is going to happen. Well, you don't have to pray. Okay, you told us 1,000%, which is 10 times the amount possible. So what's the problem?
This investigation is not easy. It's I'm praying that they do have everything ready by January the 12th of that week to move forward with the cases.
Right.
Why are you praying? Like I said, you just said it was 1,000% going to happen. Okay, then he confirms it's actually the week of the
Yes.
12th.
It's the week of, it's actually the
1,000%.
of the 12th. Now, they start on the 12th. They have probably between 75 and 100 cases. Then indict from Monday the 12th till Friday the 16th.
Okay.
During that week, they will be bringing the indictments.
Okay. Okay. Because originally it was the first week I thought
Yes,
you had said.
that's my mistake. I didn't have my notes with me. And on top of that, hopefully the investigators will have everything back so they can move forward with this grand jury.
So the 1,000% doesn't mean crap. Okay, now here's where he gets into his law enforcement background, okay? Let's listen to this.
And it's all there.
Right. And you said you have law enforcement experience behind you?
Yeah, I was in investigations for 25 years.
Investigations and what?
Okay.
Bobby, I worked for Georgia Investigation, which is a private investigation firm, but I worked with different sheriffs.
Oh, okay. That's different. Working for Georgia Investigation private detective term. Okay, when she asked him if he was in law enforcement background, I was in investigation. So you think, oh wow, he's investigated for police. No, he isn't.
25 years.
Okay.
I was in investigations for 25 years. So you think, wow, he worked for the police for 25 years. No. Listen, go ahead. I'm going to let him finish this up.
Bobby, I worked for Georgia Investigation, which is a private investigation firm.
Which is a private investigation firm. That is not law enforcement. Okay? That's not law enforcement. Justin, let's get this clear, Justin. Are you former law enforcement or aren't you? Okay? Because a private investigator is not a law enforcement.
Every bit of it. You can't hide. I mean, it's all there.
Right. And you said you have law enforcement experience behind you?
Yeah, I've been
Yeah. I've been, Are private investigators law enforcement?
No, private investigators are not law enforcement. They work for clients on non-criminal and civil matters. Unlike law enforcement, who work for the government investigating crimes, private investigators also lack arrest or warrant authority.
Okay. So, Justin, you are representing yourself as former law enforcement. Okay, which is going to make people believe that then you can get in with these all this inside information, okay? And I'm going to tell you what's wrong with that. When somebody said, "Oh, I used to be a cop, man," I got a hold of my buddies, and yeah, they said that Whitakers were taken because Ray had pooped his pants or whatever. For one thing, I'm going to tell you what, Justin. Former law enforcement people or retired people would never go put their fellow officers who are still working there and their fellow law enforcement comrades in there. They would never put them in a position to call adult protection so you can go blab it on YouTube. All right? The law enforcement people don't put each other in that position. And no way would law enforcement give you any inside information, even if you were a former law enforcement, because they don't want to lose their job when you're on Toddy's live stream telling everybody's business. So you see what I'm saying? He's using this what I believe is a front as former law enforcement. How many people that saw this, how many people watching my video right now, how many of you people thought he was former law enforcement? He's not. And just because you work with cops doesn't mean anything, okay? My son worked at a super value store and then loss prevention, okay? Now, when they caught shoplifters, they dealt with cops all the time. It didn't mean they were a cop, okay? Now, I have friends that they own a process server company where they serve people for court. Now, they deal with cops all the time, but they're not cops. You understand? So you are representing yourself as former law enforcement, which right away everybody thinks, oh, wow, he's going to get the inside scoop. He used to be a cop. No, he ain't. I mean, I'm sorry, Justin, please correct me if I'm misunderstanding you, because I'm just showing your words here right on the screen, all right?
And you said you have law enforcement experience behind you?
Yeah, I was in investigations for 25 years.
Okay.
Wow, police investigate.
And I worked for Georgia Investigation, which is a private investigation firm. But I worked with different sheriff's departments and everything, serving court orders and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my friend serves court orders too. And he ain't no cop. Just because you work with law enforcement, there's even bars have to call the cops. You know what I mean? There are a lot of occupations that deal with law enforcement, and they're not one. But I'm telling you, how many of you people thought he was former law enforcement?
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a message.
25 years in law enforcement, really? Okay.
That you said you sent to Patrick on October 8th. This one that says just got off. So this is you saying just got off the phone with the attorney. Please stop giving anyone a copy or anything, or make any more statements of any kind. I spent over a month trying to get in touch with you, the family, and you are number one to me. We can do anything.
Okay, so on November 26th, as you can see, which was just yesterday, he said, I've been trying to get a hold of you for a month. Okay, that brings us to the end of October. You see, how much a relationship did he have with Patrick? This is,
You want once this is cleared up. I'm very weak at the moment. We'll talk tomorrow. Please text me now so I'll know that you got this. I'll go over everything tomorrow. Urgent, no copies, no statements of any kind. I'm trying to fix this for you. Patrick's reply was, I got it.
Okay, so he's been texting Patrick like a lovesick teenager. All right, Patrick says, got it. I got it. All right, my text from October 8th to November, you didn't talk to him? Okay, you said you tried to get a hold of him at the beginning of November. Let's see what his first text is. All right.
I think that's about when he was talking.
Patrick's not feeling the love, okay?
To me, though, right?
Yep.
Or the offer to be millionaire.
I'm just getting these messages, guys, to be honest with you. My text.
Around that time.
Yeah. And so you wrote back and said, waited on you a few hours to call me back. I must not mean much to you. Guess I'll.
Oh, my goodness. I waited in the rain for hours and you weren't there. This could be a love song. I waited on you for hours to call me back. I must not mean much to you. Guess I'll slow down in helping you. I thought we'd become really good friends, getting through this together, to show people that you were right all along. I'll put it in your hands if we move forward in helping you if they bring bogus charges. That's when Patrick says, got it. Okay, he's not feeling the love there, Justin.
I'll slow down in helping you. I thought we'd become really good friends getting through this together to show people you were right.
Gonna go through it
all
together.
along. I'll put it in your hands
Wherever
if you
you
move forward.
go.
And me,
whatever
if
you
they
do.
bring bogus. I don't know if I have anything more to this, do I? Let me see. Oh, bogus charges kind of bothers me, not calling me back. I always do what I tell anyone. Patrick is bad about corresponding.
Especially when you have somebody lovesick who keeps trying to offer you to be a millionaire and he lives in a, rented one tiny room shack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, unless he wants to be honest. He will call and text, but sometimes it takes him a while to get back. I don't think that's me or you. I think that's just Patrick. And I mean, listen, you're right about you trying to do everything and him not getting back to you. I get that.
Everything's there.
So Patrick writes back and says, listen, Justin, I have a bunch going on. I've been very transparent. I have a life beyond Facebook. So don't make me feel like you're the one carrying the torch here. If you decide you're not interested in being part of the solution, then move on. I'll remove you from my contacts. So, yeah.
I should have took the hint back in October the 7th and 8th. I should have just, he is worthless. And I hope you're listening, Pat.
He is
Well, he's
worthless.
probably not up this time of the morning, but somebody will.
Well, okay, remember, at 14 minutes and 33 seconds or something like that, he says Patrick is worthless. So he's done with him. Patrick is worthless. We'll keep going. He's not answering.
It's going to work out so people understand, because I don't know how many people are going to send money for anything.
Yeah.
I don't even care if it's to an attorney.
Well,
this has gotten so messed up that
we're coming out of our pocket.
Out of my
to get
pocket.
Betty a house.
Okay, where have we heard this before? It's coming out of my pocket. Okay. Here we go again.
We're coming out of our pocket to get Betty a house.
Okay, so if it's coming out of your pocket, then what do you? Hey,
My
Rebecca.
pocket.
Then why would you ask for money? I'm just asking, like I'm trying to understand.
No, I'm saying it's probably going to cost at least between 12 and 15,000.
But you just said it's coming out of your pocket. You know, listen, if I had the money, then I was gonna get the Whitakers a house and stuff. Number one, I wouldn't be out here telling anybody about it. Okay? Because that would it would cause so many problems. But if you really want to help these people, you would stay behind the scenes. If I was personally helping the Whitakers, say I was helping them get an attorney or helping them get a house, you guys wouldn't hear from me. You would never even know it. All right? So why are you out here, Justin? And why have you put a dollar amount of between $12,000 and $15,000? Justin, if you're gonna give it, listen. If I was gonna do this for the Whitakers, why would I even be telling you guys how much it costs? Why? Why are you putting a number on it if you don't want money? Well, I thought you didn't want money. Yeah, but it's gonna come out of my pocket. Tiny says, well, why are you asking for money? Well, because it's gonna cost $12,000 to $15,000. Well, okay.
Trying to understand.
No, I'm saying it's probably going to cost at least between 12 and 15,000 to get them in a house and get them brand new furniture completely throughout the house.
Okay, and why does it have to be brand new? You know, I remember a couple decades ago, my husband and I bought a house, and we prided ourselves on how we filled that whole house for almost for free off of Craigslist. Okay, nobody needs brand new furniture, and the Whitakers don't need brand new furniture. All right, but he's insisting this is all brand new, and let me guess. Next, he's going to say it has to be built by the Amish, right? So it's got to be expensive, good new furniture. Like, this makes no sense. You can get really nice things. And guys, and it's pretty cheap. I sold furniture. I sold everything you can imagine, okay? I used to be in estate sales. I used to be I used to sell on commission. I have liquidated people's estates. And used furniture is pretty cheap, and I have seen the most beautiful things go for so cheap. I've sold it really cheap because couches are hard to get rid of. They take up a lot of room. So furniture like couches and armchairs and kitchen tables, get rid of it cheap because it's just not worth storing it, okay? So why this all has to be new? And you know what he's going to say? Well, adult protection toenail has to be new. But anyway, let's keep going. So at least 12 to 15,000. Mm-hmm.
Get them in a house and get them brand new furniture completely throughout the house. And I will be asking, once we know what the price is, once we know the attorney, once we have the address, once we have a letterhead and you can verify it, then we're going to ask for money to help with the attorney fees.
Okay, so who's buying the house for the Whitakers so that they can?
We're not buying a house. We're going to rent it.
Okay.
They're going to have a rental house to get the family back home.
Okay, now this is really off the rails. To go into a rental at this point, because he's saying that you have to have a 3-bedroom house filled with brand new furniture to get the family back. I don't believe he talked to adult protection. Not for a second do I believe that. And do you really, how well do you think that it's going to fare for them? Because if Betty has to get a 3-bedroom house and it's just hers, now he's going to say it's just her. She has to live there by herself for several months, and then the family will come back. Like, who told you that? And while she's living in this 3-bedroom home alone, okay, who's paying all these bills? Who's paying the rent? And you know what comes when you don't pay rent? An eviction. And you know what happens after that? You can't get a place. You can't rent any place. It ruins your credit. Look at all these people that went through COVID and got evicted. None of them can get a place now. They got evictions on their record. And so right now, they got 0 rent and 0 house payment. And we're going to go to a $1,500 a month home. Because I looked in that area. There's not a lot there, you guys. There's not a lot rentals in that area. And most of them are between $1,200 and on up. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is so ridiculous. Yeah, now they're going to turn into renters when they're in their 70s. And not only that, now you got to live by landlord rules. Anyway.
Okay. So
then they'll take another step down the road.
Now, is putting the cart before the horse. I said from the minute the Whitakers got taken, they need an attorney. They need an attorney. Patrick, pay them the money so they can get an attorney. Eric's not going to pay him, but Patrick, you're 2 houses down. You got that money. Hand it to the Whitakers so they can get an attorney. Because you don't even know why they got taken. You don't know what it's going to take to get back. Okay, so suppose you get this 3-bedroom rented house that she's paying probably a minimum of $2,000 just to wake up in every day. All right, so once a month is $2,000 now instead of nothing, plus the bills and everything. Okay, so all right, now what if they find out that Ray, Timmy, and Lorraine aren't coming back? Now what? She's stuck in this 3-bedroom house? Like, why would you do anything before you talk to an attorney and find out what the terms are to get them back? He wants them renting a 3-bedroom house. Betty renting a 3-bedroom house by herself? Goodness.
Okay, so who's buying the house for the Whitakers so that they can...
We're not buying a house. We're going to rent it.
Okay.
They're going to have a rental house to get the family back home.
Okay, so...
Then they'll take another step down the road.
Okay, so once their home is...
Down the road of poverty.
There's a bunch of people here panicking about money. So that's got to be 1,000% clear here. There's no money right now. I'm not going to be a party asking anybody for money. I want to be 1,000% clear here. I'm not asking my subscribers for anything.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So again, this is not coming out very clear. This is a little cloudy. So break it down. What's the first plan that you're going to do?
Get a house.
Well, you got to get there first. Are you going to get there? I need you to really break it down for these people because they're not even sure who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you can't read the comments, but they're not sure who you are. So
he's Coach Justin Time, and he's former law enforcement. Is that right, Coach?
Let me do this. Let me just simplify this. I'm sorry, Justin. Justin, I need you to be. You heard about them. You watched them on YouTube. You became
for 20 years.
For 20 years.
For 20 years. This is a flat-out lie. Nobody has watched them for 20 years. They've only been on since like 2020 or 2019 or something. 5, maybe 6 years. That's the second time. Remember, he came right out of the gate saying he started watching them in 2004. And then, again, he reconfirms this again. For 20 years he's been watching the Whitakers. Wow, he's watched them longer than all of us, you guys. Like 4 times the amount as long as we do. So yeah.
You heard about them. You watched them on YouTube. you became
for 20 years.
20
for
years.
20 years, right? Okay.
20 years.
And so
You see that?
the
20
video
years.
wasn't that long, but anyway,
She said they haven't even been videoing that
so
long.
you reached out to them when this.
But
whole
we're
thing
going to
was-
let this slide there, right? Morris, or what's his name? Coach Justin Time. Justin, are we just going to let this slide that you're making this up to? Mm-hmm.
was happening, and originally you felt like Patrick was being thrown under the bus, and
Yes.
you wanted to help him and the family kind of
Yes.
make things right, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And you still want to help the family, you just no longer interested in helping Patrick at all. Is that correct?
None at all.
Okay, and I understand that.
Okay, that's 3 times. None at all. Not interested in all. Okay, that is at 20. Okay, we got that. That's 3 times. Not interested. He's a bum. He's what? He's worthless. He's done with them. What else?
Understand that. Okay, so you helping the family is on other people's dime or on your dime?
Well, it's really me and another guy, and he don't want to be mentioned whatsoever.
Criminal background. I'm sorry, what?
Okay.
So we're renting a house. We're going to do what's necessary the state requires, because EPS wants to basically set up like a mini assisted living house. Is the way.
Okay. You guys notice everything that comes out of his mouth is something that you've seen on a Whitaker video. Oh, okay. So assisted living, the adult protection said that it has to be set up like a mini assisted living house. Now, that's what everybody was saying, okay? The ones that did not talk to adult protection, everybody's been saying, well, it has to be like assisted. And you know who said that the most? It was like Eric. As a matter of fact, most things that come out of this man's mouth is exactly what Eric said. You're not going to get any new information from this man. Mm-hmm.
They want it up to code and everything.
They want it up to code and everything. Okay, so when you rent this rental home, are you going to tell the landlords that you need all these handicap stuff put in?
Right. And then
Another reason why renting a handicap.
second step will be furnishing it with brand new furniture. Nothing.
Okay. The adult protection said that. Here, let's get it right. APS wants it basically set up
Assisted living house.
like a mini assisted living,
Code and everything.
up to code.
And then the second step will be furnishing it with brand new furniture. Nothing used, brand new. Once that's done, it's
Wait, why does it have to be?
Habitat for Humanity.
Do you really believe that adult protection talked to this man, number one? Second of all, do you really think that he has been told that they need brand new furniture? Or is that a reason to up the price tag? Because I can furnish a whole 3-bedroom house. Want to try? Try me, okay? I can furnish a 3-bedroom house for probably under $1,000. And that's with the nice mattresses, okay? You can get 3 twin mattresses and box springs. You can get those brand new. The rest can all be used. And it will look like a brand new home. I mean, it'll look like nice furniture. Okay, but I guess adult protection told me it has to be all brand new.
that's done, and Betty alone.
You know that Habitat for Humanity has really nice used furniture.
So does a lot of places. Goodwill, Savers, Habitat for Humanity, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. You can get all kinds of nice things, very expensive things at hardly nothing.
I'm not saying used beds, but I mean used furniture. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I see. But
Isn't that funny how he backed off on that?
the second thing is to furnish the house.
Didn't we just go over the furnishings? She just said. Anyway.
Yeah, I got you. But The second thing is to furnish the house. Get her moved in it alone, period. No
Betty.
Larry, no BJ, no nothing.
And why? Did the adult protection tell you that? So, okay, so you're going to move Betty into a 3-bedroom rented home. A 3-bedroom rental. A rented home. With the utilities and the water and everything else. So, okay, so she's just got $2,000 to wake up in the morning each month. Okay, this doesn't sound very practical.
BJ, no nothing.
And what do you think? And honestly, now I know.
Sounds like
I
Eric.
know that Angel Force for you. Just hang on, because he's actually spoken to people. I know. I've been speaking to him for a minute here. So just let's hang on, okay? Yeah, he's going to talk about that, Pam. I do know about that. So this is Justin can't read the comments. They're really small for him, and he's really not part of like YouTube and such like that. So these are really small comments. So I'm trying to do both. So I know that you've spoken to Betty. I know you've spoken to Larry, and you've spoken to somebody at APS or something. Explain who you've spoken to, please.
I spoke with a supervisor that his name is Jason.
Don't give out his last.
Okay. I do not believe this. Not for 1 second do I believe this. So are you telling me ring a ding ding? Yep. Oh, who is it? Yeah, adult protection. Yeah, my name's Justin. Yeah, I want to talk about the Whitakers. And he's like, yeah, well, what do you want to know? Mm-hmm. And you can look up the staff directory for adult protection in Raleigh. So him throwing out names means nothing to me, okay? Tell me who you want the name. I'll get it to you in the next video. You know what I mean? Just because you know that the staff names doesn't mean you spoke to anybody. How in the hell is Betty and Larry and BJ and nobody else allowed to talk to the Whitakers, but this guy can just call up and start getting information? Oh, that's right. You're supposed to believe he's former law enforcement. Yeah, like they're going to tell former law enforcement. Okay, even if he pulled his bullshit on them, they still ain't going to give up the goods. I just don't believe this.
Name, please.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And then he put me in touch with Andrea.
Oh, okay. Keep track of this, okay? So Jason, write it down, Jason is the supervisor, okay? He said talk to the supervisor named Jason. Jason, for some reason, put him in touch with Andrea. And Andrea works below Jason, okay? Okay.
And then Jason called me yesterday, and he's going to have Andrea's supervisor to call me today by lunchtime to let me know.
Okay, none of this makes sense.
Whether this Thanksgiving dinner is going to happen or not.
Yeah.
Of course it's not. Oh, here, I'm going to show you something. So Jason's the supervisor. Jason put him in touch with Andrea. And then Jason called him yesterday, and he's going to get in touch with Andrea's supervisor, but you just said he was Andrea's supervisor. None of this makes sense.
And I just want to be clear, Ernie Evans is still very much involved in the Thanksgiving, guys.
He absolutely is.
He's not on the panel here, but and he hasn't asked for a dime. He's not asking for a dime.
No.
He's going to pay for the whole thing without asking anybody for anything. And no, he's not even going to go. I don't think that they're going to let him go, but he's still willing to pay for this dinner, providing the family could be together. And he's going to.
Now, he's acting like he's, tight with adult protection. He's giving us all this secret information. Listen to this. She asks, why did they say that they were taken? And the answer comes straight out of Eric's mouth. This is somebody who just watches videos and hangs on Eric's every word, because it's mostly what he repeats is what Eric said. No BJ, no Larry. Everything has to be brand new.
can you tell me why the family has been separated, please? Can we just figure? Do you know 100% sure why the family is separated?
Neglect in the house.
Neglect in the house.
Yeah.
And what does that?
Neglect in the house. Okay, that's what everybody just guesses. Okay, how is this different from all the people who are guessing that it was Betty was neglecting Ray and Timmy and Lorraine, and the house was just awful. Okay, this is so he's 100%. It was the house. In case you just said, so you know 100%. Oh yeah, it's the house and it's neglect. Okay, this is just he's just repeating what he's heard.
Neglect in the house.
Neglect in the house.
Yeah.
And what does that? What?
For an example, Ray being in feces and urine all day long before he finally gets a bath at night.
Right.
Sometimes he
Okay.
don't even get a bath at night. Poor Betty.
Oh, poor Betty. Okay. Tell me how you. So, are you telling me that adult protection? You were on the phone with adult protection somehow, and they're telling you that they need to have a rented home, handicap accessible, like a mini assisted living. It's got to have all brand new furniture. BJ and Larry can't be there. This is like straight out of Eric playbook. But they told you all this, and then on top of it, they told you the reason we took them is because the house and neglect. Yeah, Ray was sitting in his own feces all day, and he didn't even get a bath until late at night, and sometimes not even then. You really think the adult protection told this guy this? Oh my goodness. This is what Eric said. He's doing nothing but repeating rumors. Anybody believe adult protection told him this over the phone?
Is that? What?
For an example, Ray being in feces and urine all day long before he finally gets a bath at night.
Right.
Sometimes they don't even get a bath at night. Poor Betty.
Right.
There's no way she can take care of this guy.
This is straight out of Rumorville, USA, okay? Now, and another thing, how would even the adult protection themselves know that Ray sat in his feces and only got a bath at night and sometimes not at all? Who's telling them that? Because Ray, Timmy, and Lorraine don't speak. So who told adult protection that he only gets a bath at night and sometimes he skips the night bath? Who told adult protection that? Because the family can't talk to the adult protection. The people, Timmy, Ray, and Lorraine, cannot speak themselves. So how do they know that Ray only has a bath at bedtime? This is bullshit. Oh, okay. And they told you this on the phone, huh? Mr. Former 25 years in law enforcement investigations. Well, I tell you what, I did a little investigating on you, buddy.
Poor Betty.
Right.
There's no way she can take care of this by herself.
Right.
But one thing left out about the house.
Hang on 1 second. So, all right, guys, I appreciate wanting to know who Justin is. We kind of said it at the beginning and then we said it again. I can't say it every time somebody comes in. I appreciate it. Justin's just a good-hearted guy that has 25 years of. Go ahead, Justin. Again,
tell us.
I'm just trying to get the Whitakers back together and get them in a house.
No. Tell about the 25-year law enforcement.
They can come back home.
And you have investigative experience and stuff like that.
Over 25 years. Tommy.
So he knows who to talk to about things.
Know who to talk to. I know how law enforcement works all the way around. And this investigation is not easy. It's I'm praying that they do have everything ready by January the 12th of that week to move forward with the cases.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you had this inside scoop, you could just give him a call and find out, right? Okay, and then he acts like he's got the inside scoop on everything. But anything that he tells us that's new, he's got no proof for. He's got no text to back it up. He just makes shit up. Go ahead. I can tell you about the Land Rover.
Patrick approached the guy about buying this Range Rover for $8,000. Well, they got two.
This is the Range Rover that was given to the Whitakers guys, just so you know.
He got two different donors to donate $2,000 apiece, which is $4,000.
And this is hard for me to believe. How did two separate people both come forward with $2,000 to hand to Patrick so he can buy the Whitakers a vehicle? Why wouldn't they just give it to the Whitakers? Or buy the vehicle themselves? So two different people. Here, I'm going to show you. He got two different donors to donate $2,000 apiece, which is $4,000. I don't believe that for a minute. I saw that vehicle. I thought, well, it's probably maybe worth $4 or $5 grand. It's a hoopty. I mean, you could see it's been beat to crap. The inside of the headliner and the visor that was tan is all black. Whoever had it, beat the crap out of it. You know what I mean? So there's no way that thing was worth $8,000. So who are these two people who came forward and miraculously two separate people come with $2,000 and present it to Patrick for him to buy a truck? Where's your sources?
Right.
He took the $4,000, went to the man, told the man into taking the $4,000 and him come back on the 21st.
Okay, and I also want to ask the obvious question here. We just saw the texts back and forth between him and Patrick. It was, I love you, I love you, I love you, man. Well, I can make you rich. We could make millions. I could make you more money than you can even spend. Blah, blah, blah. And I love you, love you, love you. Please call me. Where are all these texts about this? Who did you get this information from? Some guy at a car lot in a different state you don't even live in? I mean, okay.
Or the 23rd,
Mm-hmm.
and pay the balance.
Which would be another $4,000.
Makes no sense.
And so the same day.
Okay, so who's going to have an $8,000 vehicle? Two donors hand the money to the seller, and the seller is okay for you to come back next week with the other half?
Two ladies that Betty went to South Carolina with,
Yes.
actually went with him to pick the truck up once it was all clear. They went and got the truck. They drove it back for Patrick and brought it back to Betty's.
Okay.
That's when he made the
Video.
acting like he's going to give somebody a car. And then he wanted to put stipulations on it. And then he finally just said, okay, I'm just going to give it to you.
Right.
All that was a big scam anyway, because the bottom line is, he went to the man, told the man that the car had been wrecked before, the motor's knocking in it, and the guy was an honest guy. Said, well, you had that kind of problem. I had no idea that it had been wrecked before.
And that's a bullshit lie, because I am very much into buying cars and selling cars. All right, and what that's called is they call it a salvage title. If it's been in a wreck, the insurance company will total it sometimes. They'll say, I know a guy, I just saw a guy at the dollar store. I told him, hey, nice car. He's got the car that I want. And he said, yeah, my son, I bought it for my son. And he hit he hit like a badger or something in the road. It was small, but it wrecked the front end and it just made a little damage. He said that the insurance company totaled the vehicle and it still looked pretty good. But what happens is once the insurance company says it's totaled, and then that whether the car goes to scrapyard or not, because sometimes it's still decent looking or whatever, it's still fixable. But the insurance company will write it off. So then from that moment on, that car is supposed to be salvaged. And what you'll get is a salvage title. All right, that's why I don't buy those, because they're hard to sell. Okay, so any car that's been wrecked, you're going to get a salvage title. It's going to say right on. And when you go to look for a car, sometimes you'll say it's got a clear title, it's got a salvage title. So anyway, none of this makes sense. And who's your information there? Tell us at least where you're getting this from. Okay, and then he tells a story about the Martin guitar. Now, that's right straight out of my video where I showed Patrick's court record, and he had a dispute with somebody over the Harley Davidson and the Martin guitar. I forgot, it was like a D14 or a special one. It's like a $10,000 guitar. Now, suddenly, Justin's got this story about a Martin guitar, all right? Who's telling you all these stories, Justin? Who told you this guitar story?
So he pulls up his Facebook account. I know this for a fact. Inclement, when he's trying to pull the guitar there. Let me go ahead and tell him about the guitar.
Okay.
Patrick goes to a guy, says, I need to borrow $5,000 from this guitar.
Okay, Justin, where are you getting these stories from? Because Patrick didn't tell you the story. You showed us you only had a few texts of love bombing him and promised to making him a millionaire. And then when he didn't reciprocate your love, he told you to kick rocks. So you did not hear this story from Patrick. So who did you hear the story
And the
from?
guy says, well, how are you going to pay me back? So he pulls up his...
And who's this guy? It's always a guy. The guy with the car, a guy with the guitar.
Okay.
Patrick goes to a guy, says, I need to borrow $5,000 from this guitar. And the guy says, well, how are you going to pay me back? So he pulls up his Facebook account. I know this for a fact. And he shows the
And
guy.
how do you know it for a fact? Because you haven't talked to Patrick. Are you talking to the guitar dealer? Who told you this? Because this probably was between Patrick and the guitar guy, if it even happened. But you're supposed to believe it because it's a Martin guitar, which I've already made public. He went to court about a Martin guitar. Now there's another Martin guitar?
So he pulls up his Facebook account. I know this for a fact. And he shows the guy that he's got $30,000 coming from Facebook on the 21st of last month. Well, the guy got kind of suspicious of everything. He said, no, I can't do that.
Right. He wanted him to give him the guitar on just trust that
So
he would, when he gets paid, that he would come and pay for the guitar. He has the money, but it's coming. It's
Yeah.
coming.
Because he wanted to start a little show up.
Okay, who believes this story? Are you going to go into somebody that has a $10,000 guitar and say, hey, can I pay you half now and then take the guitar home and I'll come back and pay the other half later? Nobody's going to do that. Not one person. Not with a $50 guitar and not with a $10,000 guitar especially. I don't believe not one word this guy is saying.
Show people he got a $5,000 guitar. So I was talking to Ernie.
So he
yesterday,
can show everybody he's got a $5,000 guitar. I was talking to Ernie yesterday, and
And it's guitar, guys. I know that Justin has an accent. He's saying guitar. Sometimes it sounds like gift card, but it's a guitar he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm just old Georgia boy originally. But
okay, continue.
The guy got suspicious.
and he backed out. He just said, I can't loan you the money.
And how do you know this?
So I was talking to Ernie yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and when I started telling Ernie the story, he said, Justin, I know the exact guitar you're talking about. He is dying to get that guitar. So I know that you know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So Ernie believes the bullshit story because he knows the guitar he's talking about. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. Maybe we should ask Ernie. So he knows what he's talking about, you guys. This just confirms everything. Go
It's
ahead.
just all kind of stuff is starting to circulate that puts Patrick basically in the same category as Eric is.
Okay, well, if you're such an excellent investigator, why did it take you all summer to figure out Patrick's his character? Okay, did this one slip under the radar because you're so full of love and wanting to make millions that what? Now listen to this story. This is just continuing after the
I
guitar.
understand.
And the second time I talked to Patrick, the second time, he said, I need to get out of here for a while. Why don't I just come down to your house in Florida?
Does anybody believe this? The second time Patrick talked to this man, he wants to leave his home and come stay with this guy?
And stay with you for a couple of weeks.
And now this is really weird because you said that you talked to him in October. Okay.
And I'm like, you don't want to do that, Patrick. You're out.
No, because this man lives in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house with 640 square feet that he doesn't own. So when he acts like he's Mr. High Roller, this guy here, yeah, he's not.
Under investigation, if you start leaving the state,
Yeah.
no matter for what reason, they're really going to look at you then.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Have you ever given Patrick any money?
Eric.
Have you ever given Patrick any money?
That tongue is just weird. Now, try not to get too distracted by the tongue. But he's about to say, because sometimes I do, but he's about to tell you another bullshit story. Okay. I'll just let him tell. Go ahead. He's so good at telling
Right.
stories.
Have you ever given Patrick any money?
Eric.
Have you ever given Patrick any money?
Not Patrick. He's asked me for money.
Okay, but you've never given him any money.
He was 3 payments past due on his truck.
Okay, another Eric story. Do you really believe after all that money that has gone through Patrick's hands that he didn't catch up those 3 payments by now? Because this is another, like I said, this is what any Whitaker viewer out there has heard. When Patrick and Eric had the falling out, Eric was saying that, Patrick, when I first came here, he said, I need an advance in the money. I'm 3 payments behind on my truck and they're about to take it. Okay, now he's saying that Patrick is still 3 months behind or 4 months behind. No, this is an old recycled story from Eric. Like I said, everything comes out of this man's mouth is he heard from Eric. Ray was sitting in his feces all day. And really? So adult protection told you that, huh? Well, maybe we should call adult protection and see what stories they'll tell us. You know what I mean? Maybe if we buy them lunch and give them gas money, they'll tell us these stories too.
Okay,
yeah.
but you've never given him any money.
He was 3 payments past due on his truck, about to be repossessed, and his truck payment was like $800 and something a month, a little over $900 counting the late charges, and he was trying to get me to do that.
Okay, but you did.
So he's trying. Okay, where's those texts? Where's the text that he asked you to catch up on his payments? Where's those messages? Because you first started corresponding with him, what'd you say, October 7th? Okay, so the second time he talked to you would have been in October, I imagine, or November. Just recently. So are you telling me that he's still 3 months behind? Or is this an old recycled story from the Whitaker's YouTube page, huh? Straight out of Eric's mouth. Everything is straight out of Eric's mouth.
And something a month.
He's using all the accusations that Eric used against Patrick. He's using them now because he's scorned.
For $900 counting the late charges, and he was trying to get me to do that.
Okay, but you didn't.
No, absolutely not.
Let's see the text about that.
This was just right after I started talking to him, Tony, but he did end up conning somebody to make one payment on that truck, so that truck's probably 4 payments past due right now. Well,
Okay, so he's had you now, mind you, this man right here, when he's talking about the story about the guitar, he said he showed the man that had the guitar that he has $30,000 coming in from Facebook last month. Are you telling me when he got $30,000 he didn't pay his house or his truck payment? This is all recycled bullcrap.
because he got his money on the 21st, so I doubt he's behind now.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
So you have a lot of information about the fact that somebody made a payment on his car for him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know any of this? And I understand if you can't give out sources, but
how do you know any of this? No, tell us your sources. I want to know the sources.
On his car for him and stuff. How do you know any of this? And I understand if you can't give out sources, but
I don't.
I mean, you just know a lot of things.
Okay.
I got to be honest with you. Let me say this.
Okay.
Justin and I want to tell you. Yeah. Okay, Jenny, hang on to this. Hang on to this. I do want to say this because I need to be fair to my subscribers. Justin and I have been back and forth where I blocked you.
Okay, now get this. Okay, go ahead. Tell us what you did with Eric and you spent some money. What did you do? What now? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, you got to be honest.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
gotta be careful with what I put out here for people the best I can. Did you give Eric money?
500 toward the building. They
Oh.
found out it was rented by Patrick.
Okay. Okay. Hear it again. No, you did what? You gave $500.
Being played.
Hey, you got to be honest.
And I
Yeah,
gotta
gotta
be
be
careful with
honest.
what I put out here for people the best
You do. He doesn't, but you do.
I can. Did you give Eric money?
500 toward the building. They found out it was rented by Patrick.
Okay. I got a lot of questions here there, buddy. First off, you said that from the moment you saw Eric in June, you knew he was bad, bad, bad. So bad that you tried to get a hold of Patrick all summer to warn him how bad Eric Carroll is. Yet, later you gave Eric Carroll $500 for the shed. And I believe that was in August. You said you spent the entire July and August trying to warn Patrick about how horrible Eric is. But yet you gave Eric Carroll $500 for the shed. See, that's kind of interesting because I never remember them asking for donations for that shed. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But I have another question for you here, Justin. Now, the state police is... Now, you, being, former law enforcement, you should know this more than anybody, okay? There's an investigation going on, a fraud investigation. And as former law enforcement for 25 years, you should know that this fraud investigation is asking everybody for help. Anybody who has given to Eric Carroll or Patrick Rourke, please get a hold of the West Virginia State Police and let them know. So my question, did you get a hold of the police and tell them about this $500 donation there, Justin? Because, you're former law enforcement. If anybody would do it, you would, right? And, yeah, anyway, debunked. Okay, he's just can't believe what people were saying about him yesterday.
I just couldn't believe it.
No, how could you?
And
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see the family back together.
And you want to make millions with Patrick, more revenue than he could even spend. He wants to be rich, don't you?
I have no way to make any money off this.
Oh, well, if you hand me $12,000 to fill somebody's house with furniture, yeah, you betcha. I'll make some money off of that.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Oh my, is this not out of Eric's playbook? Straight out of Eric's playbook. Oh, I have no way to make money, you guys. I'm losing money.
Back together.
Yeah, I just want to get him back together.
I have no way to make any money off
No.
this. I'm losing money.
Right.
He's losing money.
I'm not asking for nothing. I don't need nothing.
It's out of my pocket. No, actually, you brought up the 10 to 12,000 for the furniture, and when she questioned why would you need that, well, actually, you and your friend are going to pay for it. Then you're going to ask for lawyer money later. Mm-hmm.
So you're willing to, let's get it straight. So you're willing to pay for the rental home to get them situated and get in. You shared with me, and we're going to talk because you didn't say that I couldn't talk about this.
Okay.
You shared with me that that your assumption is that they bring in a decent amount of money for the SSI payments.
Yes.
Okay. And that should be able to sustain them, which makes sense to me. But then we had a conversation.
How do you know how much they get? How do you know how much they get? Because if they're barely getting by now with no house payment, how is this going to work out? Now they're going to rent a 3-bedroom home and all the expenses that come with it. Mm-hmm. But somehow he knows how much they make. Now he keeps saying that he talks to Betty and Larry. Really, the interesting thing about that is we got no way to check that now, do we? I could tell you, yeah, I talk to Betty and Larry every day. Yeah. You got no way to check my story if I said that. You got no way to check his story either.
Should be able to sustain them, which makes sense to me. But then we had a conversation where you said to me, hey, they need a 3-bedroom place, and the reason is because they need 24-hour care.
That's right, and we're going to do that.
Yeah, so...
is this Eric with a mask on? Oh, round the clock, 24-hour care, brand new furniture. Mm-hmm.
That's not any kind of insurance, and nobody's asking for any money or anything.
No.
Right, so... But at some point you said you were going to ask for money for what?
No, that's for the attorney. That's
Okay,
it.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it. Everything else is going to be paid for. Everything.
Okay, so and it'll be after when does the attorney come into play?
After I get them in the house. Once
Okay.
I get in the house and have it inspected, then that's when we're going to get the attorney.
Okay, so the attorney is really just the person that's going to take care of their money.
No.
Okay, what?
The attorney's going to take care of Lorraine, Ray, and Timmy in court.
Okay.
For Betty.
Okay.
That's the main thing. There'll be 2 attorneys. There'll be 1 attorney for that.
Oh, 2 attorneys now.
There'll be 1 attorney that fights for their money.
Wow.
Okay. So isn't there an
Right.
attorney that isn't Betty's not entitled to any kind of assistance with an attorney?
No.
Okay. I know that the 3 will be represented by an attorney.
Well, 1 attorney will be paid for it. It'll be paid for because he'll charge 30% of whatever he wins in court for that.
For the money.
Okay, so okay. He's gonna charge. Well, for one thing, lawyers charge 33.33. Okay, yeah. I've been through civil cases. Okay, now you can pay them up front, or you can do this. Where you get paid when they get paid. And so what he's telling you is the attorney is going to go get money out of Eric and Patrick. And that whatever that guy gets is going to get a third. Which, wait a minute. Aren't the police handling the money part? Wouldn't you wait until this investigation's over and everything? Yeah, you would. Because you're not going to go to court if they're not even guilty of taking your money yet. None of this makes sense.
From Eric.
For the money.
Right. But somebody's got to be willing to take that.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
the second attorney,
Right.
3 that's in custody right now, it will not be paid for. It needs, going to need help with that.
Okay. But that's going to be after.
That's going to be after the house.
That's what I mean. You're putting the cart before the horse. Okay, so you get her in the house, in this 3-bedroom house, this expensive house, and she's going to have to be there for months. And then it's going to be handicapped while she's renting this expensive house by herself. Betty, no Larry. How is she going to get to the store? Okay, then after months of this, you're going to get an attorney. And then the attorney's going to find out if they're going to come home or not. Now, listen. If you are talking to adult protection, why you need an attorney? Right? if the adult protection told you to just get them a house with brand new furniture in it, 10 grand with the furniture, then they can come home. If they have a 3-bedroom rented house that's handicap accessible, then why would we need an attorney? Thought you had that all covered with your law enforcement background and his inside connections with adult protection that nobody else has. Now, what did I tell you at the beginning of this? If I was going to get the Whitaker's house, I wouldn't say a damn thing. Because why would you want to draw attention and then, Anyway, listen to what he says.
I'm really trying my best to make sure that a lot of people don't know where that house is.
Right.
Because this is going to start all over again.
Then why did you open up your Yap? We didn't need to know they were going to go rent a house. Because look at you, just go online and you go look at the rentals. There's a small handful of rentals. But now that you opened up your mouth and told everybody about this, now we can all look it up. Oh, it's going to be this one, this one, this one, or this one. Okay, there's only so many 3-bedroom houses in that area. But thanks for blurting it out so nobody finds out. Now, I think I've pointed out 3-4 times where he's done with Patrick. He's had enough. He's worthless. He's this, he's that. He's done. Washed his hands as of, I don't know, an hour ago, right? Now listen to this. Could give him one more chance.
And that's what I got to say about
And I
that.
will say this. If Patrick
I can't quit you.
by Sunday. I told him by 10 o'clock last night, but if he'll come forward.
But 10 o'clock came and went, and he didn't ring the phone. And so he's going to give him one more chance, okay? Even though he's worthless, he's done with him, he's washing his hands, he's had enough, never wants to see Patrick again. Okay, he told him by 10 o'clock last night. Okay. Then after 10 o'clock last night, this man stayed up and texted Patrick all night. Till that last text I just showed you was 5:56 this morning. He came on here, 6:30? He had just got done texting Patrick, oh, I love you. How much cash should I bring? I can make you rich. We could be millionaire, or you could be a millionaire. Oh, I'll make more revenue than you can spend. Okay, after all this love, how many saying, I love you, I love you. I don't even tell people I love you, but I tell you I love you. I mean, love bombing, everything has failed. He even gave him an ultimatum. Call by 10 o'clock tonight or we're done. Well, he didn't call last night. So he's going to give him one more, even though he's done with him.
By Sunday. I told him by 10 o'clock last night, but if he'll come forward by Sunday, no later than Sunday.
And do what?
I'll still take him on and we can do this together.
I'll still take him on and I'll do this together. Because, and everybody's saying, well, why does he need Patrick to help the Whitakers? He doesn't. He needs Patrick and his 250,000 or whatever he said, 250,000 subs. He needs Patrick to get rich on social media. That's why he's not letting go of Patrick. He's love bombing him, offering to make him a millionaire. They said, well, why do you need Patrick to rent the Whitakers a house and do all this other stuff? We can still do this together. Do what together? He said he doesn't want anything to do with you or the Whitakers. So just go on, Justin. You're just in time. Go on and do the Whitaker house yourself. Oh, that's right. Yeah, about that millionaire thing. Mm-hmm.
I'll still take him on and we can do this together.
I'll still take him on and we'll do this together.
Right.
Confidence, anything in him.
Right.
Right, because you called him worthless and everything
I
else.
understand.
Right? I don't.
All right, I need to ask your viewers for a favor, Tommy.
What's that?
I need them to contact.
Oh, boy. Now he wants you to flood the lines down at the courthouses. Well, if you got all this pull down there, why don't you just go snap your fingers down there? Tell them about your former 25-year law enforcement.
Congressman, Senator, Commissioner
For what?
of Raleigh County, West Virginia. I need them to at least make a couple of calls to each one of them.
Okay, so now everybody is supposed to make a couple calls. So if you call the Ramsey or the Raleigh County attorney, call him not once but twice. Then call the next one twice. Then call the next one twice. So he's encouraging a flood of calls, double. And what's that supposed to do? Thought you had this all covered. You were getting the family home with this, all these plans for this $12,000 rental and new furniture and everything. So why do you need the attorney? Why do we need to flood the flood lines down there at the courthouse if you've got all this handled? Makes no sense. This is something that you do when you're out of options. You just said you're doing all kinds of things. So why do we all have to call them? Tell them what? That you're on this? You're on the job? That you're on the case? Unbelievable.
To please send the Whitakers home.
Okay, well, we could probably try to get a petition and stuff together, but if you want to, people are lazy. If you want to send me the information, I am happy to put it up in a post.
I'll get it and send it to you.
I'll put it up in a post.
And somehow he's talked to Betty and Larry and found out that Patrick's got windows in the back of his truck going by their house. Well, the house.
About what happened with the windows that Betty told you, or Larry told you, somebody told you.
2 weeks ago, he passed right by our house, which he has to get to his house, with his windows in the back of the truck above.
Okay, so Betty told you this? She saw him go by with the windows in the truck, and yet it upset her. Okay. Well, actually, there are, if you look at the map, if he wanted to be sneaky, he could have came from a different direction. Might have gone on his way a little bit, but, it is possible. Then he goes on to say, because I know it's getting long, I'm going to wrap this up. Then he goes on to say that BJ and Larry are trying to keep the family from coming home, which makes no sense whatsoever, because they're going to be out of a home. Wrong. For one thing, I'm probably hoping she gets somebody hands her a new home. Okay, because it's just a matter of time. They're going to be living there, or they can live at their place where they're at right now. So how would they be trying to keep them home? And where'd you get this? Oh, he made it up. That's right. Yep. So, and then he doesn't trust Larry. This is straight out of Eric Carroll's handbook. I don't trust Larry. I don't trust BJ. They're trying to keep the family from coming home. Oh, and then he says it was his idea for Brian Cody to go down and talk to the Whitakers. And we're about finished here. I'm going to have him tell the story about how it was his idea for Brian to go down, and it really kind of doesn't make sense. And he keeps looking to the right and up. But anyway, but even Toddy says this kind of don't make sense. But anyway, go ahead. He's even got the inside scoop on Brian Cody, who, as we all know, he's just a regular guy. He sticks his boots up his rear end one leg at a time, like everybody else. But quiet. Somehow
Brian Cody did his very first video.
Who would have known, huh?
Yes.
I got in touch with him pretty fast.
Oh, wow.
And
must be your law enforcement background.
To go down to the Whitakers and talk to him, because I was concerned about how they...
Okay, he gave Brian Cody the idea to do this. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's talk to Brian Cody.
And talk to him, because I was concerned about how they really doing.
Right. Well, how did you know about him? He was already talking.
Well, if you know Betty and Larry, why you gotta ask Brian Cody?
Well, no, he was not. I'm gonna tell you why.
She just said, wait, how do you know about Brian Cody if he hadn't done a video yet?
Because I was concerned about how they really doing.
Right. Well, how did you know about him? He was already talking to him.
Well, no, he was not. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
He told me that he was gonna probably try to go down there, that him and DJ had went to school together. And I said, well, this is what you need to do.
He heard about this on Brian's video.
How did you know about him if he hadn't already been online?
Because he talked about it. He didn't have no video.
Oh, okay. He spoke about them. I understand.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And how were you on Brian Cody's Facebook page?
So when I approached him, he told me that him and DJ had went to school together. And I said, well, how about doing me a favor? And you
We all knew that.
probably help them out a little bit too. Why don't you go down there and see if they'll let you do a video on how they're doing. But I said, you got to make sure of this. You got to make sure that they say they invited you into the house to record them,
Oh,
so
wow.
that you won't run into no kind of problems. And if you remember on that
That
video,
was one of the very first things.
that,
Yeah, that was one of the very first things. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that,
Did you guys know that was coming from this guy? Yeah, it was all his idea. Okay, so he also knows all about Gary and the propane tanks. And Gary said you can have the propane tank and the heater in the van, but you can't have Patrick and Brian at your house anymore. And she's going to ask, well, why is that? Why? Okay, maybe Patrick is all the money stuff. And they were told not to talk to Patrick. I think the police told him that. Investigators or something. Real investigators, by the way. But Heidi going to ask, well, how do you know this? Well, you see, anything that he knows that we don't know. So everything that he knows, we've already heard out of Eric's mouth in these videos. But anything that he pretends he knows as like a super inside source, he can't tell you about it.
Yeah. So, but what was the reason? Why do you think that Brian wasn't allowed and Patrick? Why those two specifically?
is because Gary McCowan made the deal with the Whitakers that he's going to help them if they're not allowed back up there again.
That makes no sense.
Brian's not allowed there and Patrick's not allowed there. That's the reason Brian made the videos saying.
Right. But why do you think Gary did not want them there? I understand why he didn't want Patrick, because Patrick owes them money. But why didn't he want Brian there?
You put me under the bus now. I can talk to you separate about that.
Okay, that's fair.
It's a little secret. He can't tell anybody.
Sorry, everybody, but
No.
The one thing he knows that we don't, and he can't tell you. Well, hopefully he told her off camera. I'm going to wrap it up there. Now, he's going to tell you as he closes out that he don't want nothing. He don't want money or nothing. Then why did you keep bringing it up in the over and over and over about you and Patrick getting rich together? Go ahead. Tell us about it. How you don't want money.
And I'll show all of you. I'm not about wanting some money. I'm not wanting anything. I just want the Whitaker family back together the way they want us. That's all I want.
That's what I want. The same thing. I want the same thing.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to show you in case anybody doesn't believe me. I did look into this guy. You see this house where he's sitting here? Like I said, I'm pretty sure he's renting it. He does not own it. This house here that he's sitting in, pretty sure he's renting. The owner bought this house a long time ago, like in 2015. January 2015, he bought it at an auction, and it was $18,000. Okay, and that man still owns this property. Justin's name is on as a resident. The owner, the paper said that this house is non-owner occupied, not occupied by the owner, which is usually a rental. So he's in this tiny little 1-bedroom home, and he's acting like he's got all this money. Just to show you, see the numbers behind him. That's his address. Okay, there's 5 numbers behind him. He's moved back and forth so I could see them. On this side, there is a window with shades on the top, open at the bottom. On the other side here, on this side, you have the door. You have, there's like a transom window in it, like a half circle window in it. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. This is where he's sitting. In that chair right there. And so I saw Toddy bring out these papers of how he sold a house. I'm going to tell you, that is not adding up with the real story. And I'm going to go over on that one because this has been really a long video. But this is the chair he sat in. This is where he sat in. That window on the one side, the door on the other. See that? Yeah. So if he thinks I don't know what I'm talking about, I do. I very much do, Justin. And your paperwork that you gave Toddy isn't adding up. The math ain't math in there, Justin. Just in time. So as I wrap this up, think about this. What has he told you that you didn't already know? You know what I mean? What did he tell you that we haven't heard from a video? From the rumor mill? And do you really believe he's in contact with adult protection? I mean, whatever. I'm going to go over that paperwork that he gave Toddy. Okay, about him selling his house and stuff. Nah, none of this adds up. And look at the paperwork. I'm going to go over that. And you'll see. This ain't adding up. And not adding up at all. Anyway, thanks for watching. I know it's been a really long, it's probably the longest video I've put up. I didn't even think my memory would hold out this long. On my phone or my brain. Anyway, thanks for listening and peace.